watching you. I wonder what my parents are going to still hold on to the same stuff they used to stick to. And they're still watching, they're still watching. And I know a lot of kids get upset, you know, like, especially preachers' kids, and they're like, you know, we feel like we're in a glass house, and everybody's always watching us, and I hear even Brother Carr's kids, well, we have to sing the choir because our dad's the choir director, or our dad's the deacon, and everybody's watching us, and I'm like, you know, and I started thinking about this. You ought to be thankful, though, that your dad's not an alcoholic. You ought to be thankful. So what if you're living in a glass house? You ought to be thankful your dad's not an alcoholic, your mom's not a harlot. You ought to be thankful that you have a good home, and that your parents do love you, and that your parents do stick to stuff. Yes, everybody's watching you because your parents are working hard to do that what is right on the side of the Lord. They're working hard so that you can be an example for you in their work. And you just ought to thank God that that's who your parents are. Because it could be a lot worse. And a lot of times these kids, I hear, growing up, I hear, like, oh, you know, and I even watch the preacher kids, and some of them kids with not these preacher kids, I don't know anything about their childhood. And everybody's watching them, and you always hear them telling stories, and oh, there's a preacher kid. Like one time, the preacher's kids were they had twin boys, and they were both like, I think 2 years older than me. And our church stood on a hill, right there below was a bowling alley on this off this rock type cleft thing. And one of the boys thought it'd be a good idea, this would be fun. They take big old rocks and they were heaving them down there on the cars. Preacher's kid. You know where the rocks were going into, the windows and everything else. And everybody, once the cops came out, and they were having a big thing going on in church, and you see the light up in the second story come on with the pastor's office, and you hear wailing of a child. And everybody's watching. It was important for that pastor to take his son right then and there and whip him so everybody knows that he got beaten. And everybody was watching the preacher. What's he going to do? How's he going to handle it? That boy's a pastor somewhere in Colorado now. And now I wouldn't, he doesn't preach the King James, so